Hey guys, M4J3FFR135 here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. And you join us on a monorail train. What I did was, I took out another £200,000 loan over 100 weeks. So the company financially is in a little bit of trouble right now, but hopefully this monorail line and the adjacent monorail line will make up for that. I used the £200,000 to complete the track, and add the stations, and buy the trains, and build the depot connecting line, which you'll see as we come back into the hub. This train is 2 stops out from the hub at the moment. The platforms I decided to call P1 and P2. If I build a metro line, which I probably won't now with the budget we've got, but if I do, there'll be Ps 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Although that's not really important, so I don't know why I told you that, but that's my plan anyway. Monorail line, it looks really good. As you can see here, as it rises out from under the freeway to go over the river. It does look really good. In fact, it doesn't go over the river, does it? It goes under here. Ah, that's right, because it does eventually go over the river, and that's why. Yep, it's alright, I'm an idiot. I forget these things. So yeah, it looks really good. Hopefully it's profitable. You can see it's slowly starting to make a profit. All our other lines are in profit, and the only thing that's keeping us in the red is our loan interest, which you can see here is £23,000, which is a lot of money. But because this loop is double track, I half regretted it as I was going round. I wanted to convert it into single track, but that meant loading the game back up, which meant we would have lost our trolley line as well. But had I made it a single track, it probably would have been half the cost and we'd still have lots of money. Instead, we've got 2 tracks, which means we've got 2 lines. So in some ways, if both lines are successful, we have twice the chance of making money. If that makes sense. So if one line makes, let's say, £1,000, although I hope it makes more than that, but say it makes £1,000 and the other line matches it, then we get £2,000. So I'm hoping both these lines make about 10,000 each, because then that's 20,000 combined, and then if they then make the other lines more popular, then we get money from that. One thing I haven't done yet actually is add regions. We got the regional payment scheme set up for ticketing, but we haven't got the actual regions set up, so I will do that. That's probably going to be easier to do on this city than most of the cities, because there's only 2 islands, as it were. Well, there's 3 islands if you include this one. 4 if you include that one, but I don't really plan on building lines to there, so we might leave that one out. But if we do include that one, that'll have its own colour, but that'll be a waste of time. But we can split this down the middle and have like yellow this side, green this side, and then we can have blue and red, and then include that island in the red section. I think that will help us get a bit more money. There's another monorail train just going past. I bought 20 of these trains, I think. And I'll show you which one I bought, and I'll tell you why I bought it as well. I bought this type because it's the biggest type, so we won't have to expand as time goes by. They're cheaper than these 2, even though this one's got 100% service quality. It's more expensive to run than these 2, but it takes less time to maintain them, so they can come into the depot and they'll be fixed up and ready to go again. I thought that would be the best option, because I didn't know at the time how long these trains would take to go round. Let me speed up time a little bit actually, so we're not sitting around forever watching it. So I just thought it'd be good if we had big trains that take lots of people if need be, but have enough so that if they do end up with a slight shortage, one can nip into the depot and then 5-10 minutes later be ready to come out on its next run. Just so we can keep the trains constantly moving, keep people constantly moving, and get the money constantly flowing in. That's the logic behind that. These lines aren't that popular at the moment. 3 people roughly at each stop getting on. It's a little bit of a disappointment, but then again, as the city expands and more people want to use our transit services, as we build more bus lines and tram, well actually I don't think we will be building trams now. It might get to the stage where I restart this city, because there's some bits of it I really don't like. I hate the tram line. I really regret building that. And this monorail line was very expensive. But we'll carry on for now, and we'll see how it goes. It might end up being a case of restart. But if we add bus lines and if we add more trolley lines, hopefully they'll make this more popular as well. That's the plan. If it happens, fantastic. If it doesn't happen, then we might have to do some more tinkering before we give up completely and start again. Well, having said that, this train's got 53 people on it now, and it's picking up another 15 here. So it's very, very close to running at capacity. That's what I like to see. And it is carrying them into the hub. So you can see it's coming over the river again. That time I didn't have to raise the track up because there wasn't a hill just before. And I don't think the riverbed was as deep because I managed to lift the track up to its maximum and the grade stayed the same. So I think it just about worked. That's the main thing, it just about worked. What's the train condition like? 80%. We are picking up more and more people though, which is good. It's good to see. Lots of people seem to want to go to the hub. So yeah, I think there's only one more stop after this one, if this isn't the last one. You can see where the shelters are. They tend to go onto the roads just off to the side. Apart from these ones, which I've built straddling a road, so they'll go onto the road underneath. Every single stop has a cluster of buildings that it does serve. I made sure of that. Oh, this train's full now. It's left 10 people behind. That's very good to see. So yeah, I mean, these stops here, they might not look like they're serving anything, but the actual radii of the circle spreads a long way around. There you go, this train stops, and it's going to pick up more people because I've got it set to go on a second loop. And off it goes. So yeah, there's lots of people now waiting at these stops, and actually all these people here look as though they're going to come to the tram. And they are coming to the tram. Okay, so that's going to make the tram more popular. So what I'm going to do is regionize the city. I need to split it roughly into half. So let's start with the easy bit. Let's do red. I think we'll cut this city section here, like that. So between stops on the monorail. This should get us more money. It should get us more money. I might double the price of the monorail as well to £1 rather than 50p. Right, we'll leave this section yellow, I think, and then we'll go green. And I think cutting down here would be good, like this, and then curving it like that, and then filling in all of this gap here green, like so. Because then the trolley ends up going into the green area, but the bus doesn't, and I prefer that. I don't mind the trolley because it goes right into the heart of the city, as you can see, and it almost links up with the monorail here as well. So that's quite a good little interchange if people want to make that change. Of course, they don't have to. And then we can make all this section here blue. We'll try and make it so that there isn't an overlap. There we go. Cut down the line like that, and we'll make all this bit blue as well. In case we do decide to expand the city. There we go, and we'll cover this island blue, and we'll come all the way along and link it back up to there, and then we'll fill in all of this blue. So that's our city now regioned, if that's a word. Yep, there's no gap there, good. Don't mind a little bit of a V-shaped gap there, as long as all of the buildings are covered, which they seem to be, and then this bit stays yellow. These trains are starting to fill up quite nicely, actually. I think maybe it just took a circuit for people to realise that there was a monorail service. I mean, look at that, 58 people on that train. Let's have a look at how much money it's making. Oh, that's good, 3,000. And it lowers the deficit hugely, which is perfect. I mean, look at this, 20 people waiting to go on the... Oh, the names, of course. The nectarine line and the tangerine line. Tangerine line goes anti-clockwise, nectarine line goes clockwise. No matter which way you look at it, it's always the same. At the moment, the nectarine line seems to be more popular. Although in this direction, but that's still nectarine line. This direction, the tangerine line is still quite popular. And the tangerine line is more popular here. How's our trolley line doing? It's got 16 people waiting here, and 4 people waiting here. This is where it gets confusing, because you've got 1 and 2. So it's got 1 person waiting to go that way in the city, and 5 people waiting to go that way, back towards the hub. And this way, 14 and 3. So 14 people want to come this way down the city, and 3 people want to go back this way. What do you call this? East? Yeah, I think it's east. East. So yeah, this. I mean, how is it doing for profit? 2,000 makes 1,600 in profit, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Some of these stops, I said some of these stops would be a bit dead. There's more people waiting to go into the city. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a bit strange. I thought people would be wanting to go home, coming out this way. So yeah, I mean everything, it's starting to work. That's 70 people on that, yeah, 72 people on that train already. Crikey. How does that do for... Oh, there's a lot of people waiting for the Indigo line. All the people come off the monorail, they'll come round here, up here, cross over, and then come over here to the Indigo line. And it is getting to be quite popular. We might build a second trolley line soon to come up this way, just to compensate. It'll be a short one. I think it'll come down to about here, loop up and round, and then go back again. I might do that now, because that'll be very cheap to build. Cheap and easy to build. And it keeps the trolleys running, and it's another way of making just a tiny bit of profit. So it's definitely worth doing. So now we'll branch off. We'll go into single wires. Can't go down that one because it's one way. But we can go down this one. And this one. Then we'll come along here. Up and over the bridge. And along here. And I'm going to go along this one as well, just to try and make it a bit more symmetrical. There's 2 we come down by, yep. And then we'll run back. Like that. We'll build some stops. So let's have a stop on the bridge. Going that way. I can't see it getting well used, but oh well. And then we'll have one here. Serve those tennis courts, and we'll have one over here just to serve these houses. It'll be another way for people to get home. Nice easy way for people to get home. How many stops should we have? We'll have a set here, and I think we could have another set in here, and then they'll come back and run back to base. Right, so that's the Indigo line. So we're going to use these 2 here. I've already got a name for the line. So I'm going to name it first. So we've got the Indigo line, and now we're going to have, oops, we're going to have the Violet line. So yeah, I mean, it's not the longest line in the world. It probably won't be the most profitable, but it's another way of getting people into the hub and onto the monorail and the bus and the tram and the other trolley line to get them into the city. That's the goal, to get people into the city as quick as possible. Because that's where all our money's going to come from, basically, if we do that. Right, so that's that bit done, and then we need to come up here, stop there, stop there. If we reduce traffic as well getting into the city, then we can run more bus lines in as well. Because we don't want people on buses to be sat waiting for ages, because they're not going to be very happy with that. So reduce traffic, try and get, if we do have buses running into the city, try and have them running in on non-congested roads. So hang on, let me finish that and I'll show you guys what I mean. So we've got the trolley runs in on this main road here, and it's a trunk road, and you can see they're starting to have traffic building up. But there are other roads that run in. For example, this one here. And it's 2-lane road. It goes right, well, just about skirts the heart of the city, but there's all these little side roads that you can use to get in, and it actually runs right alongside the freeway and the monorail for most of it. Very popular monorail by the looks of it now. Double figures at each stop. Oh yeah, this is actually quite successful. Then you can see it gets to here, and then you can branch off this way, or you can branch off this way. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to build either another trolley line or a bus line that utilises this main road here. Because like I said, it connects with the monorail a few times over. And also, it's a quieter but faster way of getting into the city, and you can connect with the trolley at certain stops as well. So we can actually have it loop up and meet here, and then loop back again. That wouldn't be a bad plan at all. That would be a good feasible bus line. And with the amount of buses I bought, I could probably actually run that bus line quite easily now. I could build the stops and off we go. So, I think I'm going to do that. So let's do that. We'll have it connect. So it'll come to these two stops here, I think it is. And then I think we'll have it connect with the Indigo line for the first... In fact, will we? No, I don't think we should. I think we should have it come up this way and then across. Like this. And then have it join up with this... Wait, where does it start? This road here, isn't it? So yeah. That's not a bad plan. Okay. Let's do that. So we'll have another couple of stops. What should we say? Here and here. And then it's this road we want, isn't it? Yep. Definitely that one. So we'll have another couple of stops in this section. So it will connect with the... in fact, let's do it. Split them up. Will that work? Yeah, that could work. We'll split them up like this, and then we'll have another set here and here, and then another set here and here, and then another set further up. Try to connect, but avoid connecting with every single monorail stop. And then it will come to here, and we'll have this one here, and then they'll come together again to run into the city. So one there, and again there's a bit of a connection with the monorail. And then we'll have another set here and here, and then a final set, I think. In fact, we have one there. I think here and here. And then it will go up, connect there, and then come back again. Okay. Let's plan the route and set it off we go. So this is going to be the Cobalt line. Because we've had Capri, we haven't had Cobalt yet, so this will be the Cobalt line. And then we'll timetable it, so it's the same as the Capri line. There we go. There we go. We'll check on the depots quickly whilst we're here as well. We've got 4 vehicles, 7 vehicles, and 9 vehicles, so we're doing very, very well with vehicles. Vehicles available. It's these two stops we want. So it goes there, and then it will curve back up and round. See, this is what I wanted to avoid, because it's going to run through there. So I think actually I need another stop. Couple of stops. In fact, what we could do is have it invade the Capri line's territory slightly and have it stop there and another stop there, just to force it to follow that, so it doesn't interfere with the trolley too much. And then what was it? Over here, and then here, and then have it start to go up and round into the city. This is where they join up again, so we'll have another stop there, and another stop there, and a final stop there, and then it'll come up, round to there, and then back again. Our monorail trains are very, very popular, and they're very, very quick, so you get round the freeway loop quite quickly. It's almost like the M25 of mass transit. It circles the city. It never actually goes into the city, but it's a very, very good way to connect with the city. So we'll have the connection stop there, and then we'll have stop there, and then we'll invade the Capri line's territory, and we'll have our final stop, and then back to depot. So there you go. There's the Cobalt line. Nicely built. Looking at the time, we're just coming up to 20 minutes, and the last episode was quite long if I remember rightly, so I'll be a bit generous with you on this one and have this as a shorter episode. So we've got 38 people there, 42 people waiting there. They seem to be connecting to the tram line quite nicely as well. That was the thing I was most worried about, was would they be able to connect, but they seem to be able to do that perfectly well. Where are these people going? Ah, they've come off the trolley and they're connecting to the monorail, I bet. Seems that way. Crikey, look at all these people. They're all flooding in there to get on this platform. And all of these people are flooding in here to get on this platform. I think our monorail is actually being quite successful. Oh yes. That's more than halved our deficit, because it's improved all of these as well. And our bus, we're only losing 900 for the bus, and the trolley we're losing over 2,000. No, we're not. We're losing 1,500 roughly. And the tram we're losing about 700-800. So they're quite big losses. We might have to look at cheaper running vehicles for those lines. But the monorail is making us a ton of money, and helping the other lines make a ton of money as well. So that is fantastic. And all these people flooding off the bus as well. I wonder where they're going. That's the Capri line, isn't it? Yes. Very, very successful. Maybe this city will work after all. The Cobalt line's starting to have people waiting. Cobalt line's got people waiting there. Hasn't got anybody waiting there. Maybe people from here would want to go on the mass transit, because the Capri line is just there. But then that's running this way. So, I don't know actually. We'll see about that one. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, guys. So when we come back next time, we will be trying to expand further on a budget. So we'll probably be building more bus lines, looking at it. Maybe connecting up this part of the city and filling in this gap here, and maybe possibly stretching over as far as these apartment and office buildings over here. But until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.